If you're seeing this, then this is your Tarot Tuesday message. Hi, welcome. My name is Lara. Whether you have been here before or you've never seen my face, I'm happy to have you. Welcome. We're going to talk a little bit about the week ahead. This week being Tuesday, April 22nd in 2025, going through to the 28th. So if you're finding this video during that week or around then, amazing. There may be something here for you. If that's not the time that you're finding this video, also amazing, because time is not linear. So it doesn't really matter when you find this video. There may be messages for you. You will know what's best, okay? I encourage you to listen to yourself, use your intuition. You know your situation better than I do, okay? And this is a general reading. So this is a broader message. We're talking about the general themes, patterns, and energies that we're all swimming in. So, which could be at any time. During this week, this is astrologically, the planets are moving in a certain way, but that doesn't mean that if you're seeing this and it's not that week, maybe it's a month, a year later, you may be dealing with similar energy at a different time because, you know, it's not linear and it's cyclical. So yeah, I encourage you to take what you like, leave what you don't need, and you'll know what's best. What my only hope is that you get some insight, maybe a little bit of clarity on how to move through the next 7 days, what you've got coming at you, okay? The good news is you have free will, so you get to decide what to do with this information. Okay, so let's talk about it because we do have some interesting energies this week. The good news is all planets are direct until May. So I'm taking advantage of that. I think it's only like really 2 or 3 weeks. Whatever, I'm here for it. And what we have happening right as we're getting into the week. So not only are we coming off of a big weekend for those who celebrate things like Easter, or we're finishing up Passover, what have you. There was also 420, okay? There was a lot of holiday celebrations this weekend. We also shifted into Taurus season. Welcome, Taurus energy. Okay, so Taurus is a sign of like really in that material experience. This is energy that's ruled by Venus, and we had Venus doing a lot of stuff not too long ago, even though she's direct now, but Venus ruling things like relationships, love, sensuality, pleasure, okay? So all of that is Taurus. Pleasure, 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 comfy beds and bubble baths and, you know, being fed berries in a lush garden, okay? That's what I think of when I think of Taurus energy. And I think of other things too, but that's like my own stuff because I got a complicated relationship with the energy, because the energy also is a fixed earth energy. So when it is stuck, it's stuck, but it is the bull. So when it's ready to move, it's moving. Taurus coming right after Aries, which is our first sign in the zodiac. So all that fire from Aries now being grounded down into reality, and, you know, practical steps and applications can be laid out based on that. So, okay. So there's that. Also, so that's getting into the week. We also have on the 21st, which is the Monday before our Tarot Tuesday, we have Saturn and the North Node conjuncting each other. North Node is in Pisces. Pisces ruled by Neptune. This is the underworld, or not underworld, sorry. This is Neptune. So this is water. This is the deep. This is the subconscious area, okay? It's dreamy. It's the fish. It's also the end of the astrological cycle. And it's squaring neck with Saturn, which is really interesting. The North Node is paired with your South Node. And often the representation of them can kind of look like the DNA, like snakes, like DNA. And it's a lot about your karma and your path. You can think of your North Node as like your North Star. This is where your soul wants to go, the direction that you are meant to head. And then your South Node is representative of karma and the things that you're leaving behind. Not forgotten, but purposely, this is done here and I am moving into this new direction. So especially with Pisces energy conjuncting that Saturn. Saturn is all about rules, restrictions, structures, laws, okay? Saturn is father time, all right? So you would think that this energy would be weird together with the North Node, but honestly, what I have been sort of reading and picking up on, there may be some like tension around it, but honestly, it's got a lot more to do with, we don't think of Saturn necessarily as flexible, but Saturn is direct. Saturn doesn't hide things and lays them out the way that they are. Saturn is also the planet of karma. And with this Pisces energy, there's new things coming up from the surface to be brought into being. Okay. And Saturn is here to sort of write those new rules and laws around what's coming into being. So I think, it's interesting. We don't talk about the creative process, Pisces being imaginative and creative and water energy. We don't talk about the creative process of establishing rules and foundations in the first place. But this is kind of where we're at. So it may feel a little unnatural because you're like, I don't know what to do. You get to make it up. Okay. And Saturn and the North Node, they are slower moving. So this energy is a larger energy for us right now. And we're going to be working with that this week. Also, as it relates to the new moon in Taurus that's happening on Sunday, the 27th, ending the week. So I feel like this is really going to help establish sort of rules and boundaries and systems and structure around whatever it is we intend to be pulling in on our new moon in Taurus. So still sounds like it's going to be a big week. We're going to see how it goes. I'm already really relating to this. I literally am in a process with my schedule right now. And just the things that I have to make sure that I have in my life at the moment, that I'm also, where I was sort of feeling stuck before, I'm sort of keying into like, right, like I get to decide how I do this and what I want to do, because I'm making it all up for myself. There you go. So I don't know if that makes sense, but that's what it is. That's where we're starting. So let's go ahead and just jump right in. We've got our Oracle of Mystical Moments where we'll start today. Okay. Could we please, for everybody in this who's coming to see this video, could we please have a card here to guide us into the energies of this week? Something sort of talking about the themes. Okay, she fell. Hang on. Okay, here's who we have. We have the journey. Like this little deer here, this little fawn, and their friend, okay? She's like riding this deer, I guess. Something. What do you think? Deer looks like it's coming out of her skirt, to be honest. Maybe she is the deer. I don't think so, because I know a little bit about this card. But either way, I'm kind of picking up on that right now. Let's see what we got. The Journey. Number 19. Love of adventure, curiosity, and appreciation. Okay. Curiosity. Maybe that's where I've picked that up on. A young girl gently rides a deer. Both the girl and the deer are having fun on their adventure. They are playful and curious. Sometimes we get so caught up in the destination, we forget to appreciate the journey. But if we neglect the little things on our path, like soft grass under our feet or the unconditional love of an animal, we are missing out on precious moments. A new friend or acquaintance with a different point of view can help us see things we may have overlooked. Okay, so possibly for some of us, there may be somebody new coming in to offer a fresh perspective this week, whether that's literal or figurative. Also, neglecting the little things on our path. I'm hearing like go touch grass, especially for Taurus season. Being in nature at this time, maybe if you felt ungrounded, especially with that fiery Aries energy, you may need some more grounding. If you have a pet or there's animals, take advantage of their healing. I make it a habit, but yeah. Woo. So yeah, that's what we have. The journey. We often forget to enjoy the journey along the way. So focused on the destination. Okay. Let's see what our spicy oracle says, shall we? 1, 2, 3. All right, what do we got here? Okay, so we have sure, why not? You're so my type. And done. Okay. So I feel like whatever this energy is, this friendly sort of companion on your journey that's coming forward this week, offering a fresh perspective. Okay. I'm paying attention. Okay. It's like, it's almost as if you start this being like, yeah, sure, why not? You know, this seems like it'll be fun. Then really getting into it, realizing with You're So My Type that this is maybe more faded than you had realized. And done is making me feel like, do you know that movie Step Brothers where he's like, did we just become best friends? Yup. Like that's what that is giving for me. Of course, I guess it could mean the opposite. Maybe this energy comes in and you're like, oh, you're so my type. And then it sort of is done as in like it's a disconnect, but that's really not where I'm feeling right now. I'm feeling like, yep, this is done. Like we are together now. This is because you're so my type. Even though going into it, you're like, why not? Let's see. What the heck? You know? Okay. So that's what we have getting into it. Let's go ahead and grab our tarot cards and we will ask our tarot if you could please and thank you. Show us what this energy we're going to be working with over the next few days. Sorry, I want to make sure. Do you want to see me shuffle the cards? That's the most entertaining part, isn't it? What can we have 3 cards just to show us what we're going to be, there's one, working with as far as the energy that's coming. Here we go. Okay. All right, so that's really 4. Okay. Okay. So, okay. Let's see what we've got. Okay, give me 1 second with this. All right, I'm going to do the best I can. I think I got it. Okay, so we're going to start where we always start, the bottom of the deck with our shadow card. We have the 9 of Wands. The 9 of Wands, this is about holding the line here. You've gone through a lot. You can see this person is beaten and battered up here, but they still stand protecting themselves and holding this line. I feel like even though sometimes they feel like they don't know why. Okay. And a lot of what that is, I think, you know, holding the line. Holding the line because not all of the seeds are meant to be planted. Here with the Page of Pentacles. And not every connection offering the balance and support for you. And I think it feels repetitive because you're constantly coming up against this, like, oh, this is not what it is. And it's not really the opportunity, you know, this is going to be taking more out of me than anything. But doing this in order to establish your own self, your independent self, your autonomous self. And the 9 of Pentacles is someone who is really, I mean, so we've got 2 9s here as well. You've really been steadfast in being like, no, I don't want it. If it's not going to be the kind of support, it's not worth it for me. Because you really are working towards this place of independence. I feel like, though, there's a lot of confusion along your way as you're trying to get started. And I think that's because these other, you know, with the 3 of Swords, there's a lot of heartache here around things not working out. But I think that's what's sort of making things more confusing. But you stay strong no matter how confusing it seems to feel. I think because you know, like, you can be taking better care of yourself than these relationships that are causing the pain that you're in. These connections. It's anguish. All right. And it's that that's holding you back from like your ultimate success. The Six of Wands peeking out here too. So again, I'm sort of feeling like the journey, this has all been a part of the process. Okay? Continue to stay strong. Continue. The Queen of Swords also is peeking out. Continue to be maintaining those boundaries. Not letting yourself be confused or gaslit about why you're here to do what you are doing anyway. Protecting yourself from injustices along the way. Okay. So that's all coming up from what's underneath. As far as the energy of the week, as we're going to see that play out, there's something here. We have the Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles is all about foundation, building a foundation, structure, using what you have, the resources that are available to do so. This person is also a little isolated, I think is the word I want to say, which is sort of making me feel like the same with this card. It can be isolating to hold firm to your boundaries when you're creating systems and structures for yourself. But with the Four of Pentacles at the beginning of the week, I think we're seeing more of a stable foundation that can come in to the forefront here. The Chariot is here as well. This foundation setting you up to really start moving along that path. We've got this sort of mirroring this energy, much more fast-paced in its movement. There's also an intuitive balancing this light and dark and sort of the intuitive skill that you need to drive yourself to where you're going to go is here with the Chariot. The way forward doesn't always have to be clear, but you have to get moving is what I just heard. And with that, also we have the Chariot, with the Chariot, we also have the Magician. So I'm seeing this magic and this sense of power sort of coming back this week, which may give us a more creative approach or perception on the options that are available to us. It's not fixed choices. That's what I just heard. It's not fixed choices. Meaning that if you want to try something, whatever it is that you're thinking about trying, it seems like there's a lot of options. It may be difficult to choose. There's a lot of different ways to go. But I think where you are, it's about the experience, right? With the journey. the journey, not the destination. And your soul already knows the way that it's going. So I think once you kind of can get clearer on that foundation, I think the options are going to feel, the choices that you have with your options are going to feel more empowering, because the magician is like, right, like if I can recreate and restructure and reorder this at any time. You have that power. If the rules and structures and systems aren't working for you, you can make up new ones as well. You have that power. Like, what is it that truly is driving you forward? And what is supporting you at a foundational level, right? So I think this is interesting to consider, especially because we're coming up on the new moon on Sunday. So this may have something to do with whatever intentions that you're setting for that new moon as well. So it looks like it's going to be a big week. We got 4 cards this week. But that's it. That's what I've got. Sure, why not? You're so my type, and done. And so I feel like, yeah, with this, it's almost an experimental process, right? Sure, why not? You're so my type, and done. I feel like keeping yourself open to try things, to see new perspectives coming in, maybe from a friend or someone you trust. I think that's going to give you some space, creativity, and agency to feel more confident and comfortable in whatever structures you're putting up right now. Because whatever system is here, it's really taking a lot out of you. And on the one hand, it is meant to sort of like protect you from these things that are not supportive, are going to be draining to you in whatever way. But at the same time, I think just because it's so exhausting, it's also sort of blocking off this sense of freedom and independence. I don't know if any of that makes sense. You know more than I do. That's what I've got for this week. So hopefully there was something here that helped you. And please like, share, subscribe, do all the things. There's all kinds of information down below if you would like to follow and connect with me in more ways. I would love to do that. And also, what's peeking out too right now is the moon card. And that's interesting because on the bottom of our oracle deck, we also had Sleeping Beauty's dream. That's giving me like Pisces energy, dreams, subconscious. Okay. So pay attention to those dreams as well. With the moon card too, you also have the light and the dark in the wolves here. That's echoing the Chariot. All right, so there may be some clues in your dreams if you're somebody who dreams. But also I feel like with the moon, you know, there's a lot of unknown. There's a lot of illusions. There's a lot of, you know, it's hard to see things for what they are. And where was I going with that? Yeah, listening to those, your emotions informing you along the way. Is that it? I think that's it for right now. Okay, so we'll leave it at that. And have a great week. I will be right here alongside you, going through it with you. But hopefully we get some more movement. We get some sense of empowerment, and we can maybe start having some fun along the way. Wouldn't that be lovely? So until next week, or well, make sure you come back, because I'm going to do the new moon in Taurus video that will come out for the moon itself, if you'd like more insight into that energy in specific. But otherwise, I will see you on the other side.